Gonna keep saying it. Gonna say it again. The stock market is rigged. April 30th, we end the month with an absolute massive nuke. April's been crazy. We've had more three-strike moves than any month in the history of rigged AI. We had low volume overall, tradability hard mode, but this thing behaved like a trend day. And if you followed alerts and are able to kind of break out and think, hey, I don't know anything, maybe these Wall Street people trading hundreds of thousands of dollars in bearish flow, calls being sold, puts being bought, maybe they know something. That's how rigged works. Shout out to the guys who killed it today. We did a live trade right here for the Discord members. I know some of you guys, oh, why can't you go live for us on here and show us how it actually works? Hey, love you all. Thanks for watching. Even the haters in the comments. But like, hey, if you want to give us a try, it's $20 for 10 days, and you'll see some live streaming. But let's get into the session. We open, volume super low, 60%. And what happens? We're just ping-ponging, basically, and this is why the blue line is so important. Blue line, blue line, blue line. Look at the first hour. And we go up above 509. We come right back to the blue. 508.44, 8 cents lower than the opening price. Don't have to trade the open. Don't have to do it. Especially when there's no move. Consider a move to be like 2 strikes. First hour, you get absolutely nothing. Okay? This is the important part. This is your first move. We're coming right here, 1047. Bam. You are just nuking right there. 1115. Big move. Fast. But what is the most important thing right here? It's volume. It's this white line. So this is where the nuke starts. 68.60%. And look at this spike, man. Going up 10% is big. Going up 15% is big. Going up 20% is bigger. So what does that tell us? What does that tell us? It tells us that we can expect the move, whatever move this is, right? It's down, to continue. We expect to go beyond 3 strikes because volume is spiking. Wall Street is actively trading this thing. We're in the Discord talking about it. So you can try these swings, but just know this is like swing one. Swing one often fails, okay? We move lower. It's ping-ponging, 505. And then we came in and took this trade here and here. We can put up the timestamps. It happened, got like 80%. First day using Webull, didn't even have live market data and still won the trade. Managed our risk a little bit too well. Though I think Webull would have auto-sold it right around here because you missed that $3 in the end, which puts these trades at 230% max gain. Incredible action. So there's a couple ways to look at it. Volume spike, obviously, we expect the move to keep going. Once we get down here, you're a solid $3.54 from the blue line. We can exit and just wait, right? Just wait. I mean, if you wanted to, you could take this. You're probably getting stomped out before it gets to 506 because they're bleeding you out. But this is interesting, right? Let's go to the bears only view. Look at that setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's 8 before the $3 drop. We go to bulls only. You just get 2 and a lotto here at the end. This is why option flow is so important, particularly just Wall Street's flow, because everyone else is looking at this thing, saying the same thing. Oh, we're going to pump, end of the day, we're going to just rip up higher. They've killed enough people. But look at the setup, right? That is super, super bearish. That is uber bearish. And the other thing too is we are low right here. You're 2.48 down from the blue line. You're here, $4 down, low volume, and they are still putting in the bullish or bearish flow, excuse me. And then you get that win. Shout out to Blunderbot. Bang. Crushed it. End of day. After Thinkorswim crashed on you yesterday or whatever. Congratulations. Big move. One other thing to point out. Let's look. We'll just scroll down. Let's put our win rate at 50%. 51%. It's going to show you historically how these have performed. So the first time we nuke, actually this is the second time, you're $2.24 down from the blue line, 64% win rate and edge. That means it's reasonably probably reasonable to assume that we're going to win this 64% of the time. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 4 in a row, 5 in a row. Very close. We took this trade, and I think we broke even on it. Every single one of these, look, your drawdown is 1% in 2 minutes, max gain is 17%, and then it goes completely crushed. Same for all these, right? We're not hitting a 20% drawdown. And then as soon as we get into 20% profit, we move our stop up to break even. If it goes, you're going to make a lot of money. If it doesn't, you're going to lose nothing. And if you set yourself up for that over and over and over again, when you do win, it'll be big because we always want to lose small. The other thing to notice, DHD, the diamond hand difference. Holding this thing compared to max gain average, you're losing 96.84%, even if you win the trade. That's telling us, hey, these swings are probably going to be short if we win. And you didn't win, but did you lose on any of these? Because you only lose on this trade if it goes to 0 immediately. There's no max gain. But you were in it every single time. And that's why we trade it every single time. You're not going to win every time, but if you break even on this, and then we come back when the bear bombs are 66.67% with edge, all right, you lose this one at 13.13, 20%. But look at the next ones. Oh, maybe you lose this. Maybe you lose this. But then you win big. These were ping-ponging between being in the money, literally trading it without live data, setting our stops, and just letting it run. And if we were to let it run even longer, you get this crazy period at the end. Now, it rigged the last 30 minutes. We call it 9C. Stands for the ninth circle of hell. Never really read the book, but I'm sure it's not a good place because it sounds crazy. When we get into that last 30 minutes, it is nuts. 15:29, this is someone buying a bull right before the Robinhood close, expecting a pump. They didn't get it. We're telling you right here, 22%, P is 0. If you do win, right, you're going to win huge. But once again, you got a chance to stop out, break even, or in profit, and then bear. And these end up being the best and easiest trades of the day because, 18 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, every single one of them ending in profit because we closed lower. Next, I'm going to show you how this behaved just like a trend day should. Not expected because volume was low, but seeing this spike, look at the charts. Look at the charts when an alert comes in. Seeing this spike, got to think, hey, it's going to keep going in that direction. And then you get perfect tags right here. I would get the first move down right about here, and then you're looking at a little swing, okay? But every time we move lower, you're getting a tag. That's not perfect, a little bit late, but you're getting it, right? So this is the move, swing one. Here's another move. And then this bull right here, swing two. Sometimes when we get to this point, right, because we're getting later in the session, 1300 on, we can see a massive rippy. But what do you notice it's missing? We're going higher, and Wall Street is not bulling it up. Rigged AI, no bombs, no trust. So when you're looking at this, on your chart, on your whatever, you're thinking, oh, we're going to pump because you're not using rigged. But the stock market is rigged. That's the problem. This whole window, small little green florbs, small traders about to get destroyed. So you get the little swing up, and then, this ends up being a perfect tag, but all of these alerts are good if you're able to hold to here, or if you were a total degen and held them until the end of the session, you got way more. We took like 80% across most of them. That's good. That's winning. But this was a trend day, and we closed lower, right? Closed lower. Giant nuke. And it's rare to see, but look at the setup. I mean, look at all of the bears. And it's like Wall Street knew. They know. Open, ping pong, we're just sitting at the blue line. First move is down. You get the swing. Hey, we can trade it. I think I said in the stream, this is early. Volume is spiking right here. Whoop. I mean, this is the most important thing to look at. Because if we get a move down like this and volume is staying flat, then we're thinking mean reversion, this thing's going to bounce back up. But because volume is spiking and actually increases the entire time, I mean, look at it to here. The entire time this move's happening, we want to get back into trades that follow it. Now, this typically does not happen when volume is under 110, 120%. It did today. That's markets. No system is ever going to be perfect, and we don't claim to be perfect. Literally said today, oh, it's the day before CPI. Probably nothing's going to happen. Look at the Totally wrong. You can have an idea. You can have a bias. You can think macro, whatever. But you got to trade what's happening. And at the end of the day, the market is rigged. And these people right here, they know. They know what's going to happen. And they just baited everyone in to thinking we were going to pump before taking us 3 strikes lower in, 8 or 9 minutes. That's it. That's how the game is played, people. Champions adjust. Now we're looking at April 15th. This is a trend day. Why? Well, because we got a giant move, closed lower. But volume is already massive. I mean, this is 120%, at the open. So the difference between the two is that here we're locked in immediately. We are locked in. We know we are going to go beyond 3. But I want to talk like trend day. First move, very similar. They're ping-ponging this thing until 10:15-ish. Remember, we ping-pong until 10:30 today. Basically the same setup. You're going down 3 strikes really quickly. It kind of ping-pongs a bit, bottoms here, and then you get the swing up. And what you will notice, just like today, April 30th, every time we swing higher, you're getting alerts coming in. You're getting alerts coming in. Right? So we nuke, kind of swings up, gives everyone a little bit of hope. Bears come back. And because we got such a massive move, I mean, down to here, and that's low, but that's probably where you'd sell most. The end of the session, they just kind of chill it. That's what happens on a trend day. We go down, we go beyond 3, and if we go beyond 3, you're more likely to go 4. And that's why the win rate on those alerts for bear bombs was so high. Back to 430, bring this up one more time. We have 2 clusters today of high win rate alerts. This is going to be the bulls right here because we're in the middle. I mean, it's clearly in the middle. And if it's going to bounce, it bounces. So this is like the 60 whatever percent. 60% win rate. Call it that. Obviously, we have a chance to get out of it. And when we get at the strike, I mean, this is right below 507, and you do not blow past it, volume's going up, we're trading in the opposite direction, got to be afraid. Got to be afraid because you need the swing to keep going, and when it goes, it just goes. There's no question about it. You're not sitting there hoping. So you lose this one. You break even. You get 10%. You moved your stop up. That is perfect because the next time it comes around, right here, these are all 60%, 65. I think these were like 66%. So we'll go here. So you're at 66%. Moves up, moves down. You're never really out of the money. And if you were in the 506 put, you know, you're able to get 80%, 90% relatively stress-free. Real gangster, you come back, end of the session, YOLO money, look at all those bears, you take it. But really, this is difficult. I mean, these alerts here go for like 500%. Not going to pretend it's easy to hold that entire session. We practically never close at a low with a nuke like that. It's always an end-of-day hawk. So if you're using the system, just remember, we can try this. We don't know what's going to happen later. But stomp out, win a little, always lose small. It comes back. You get 4 in a row with a 66% win rate and edge. Take it again. Follow the system, and this time you win. You break even, you get 80%. You had a good day. Not as great as this, but like that's with perfect information, right? This is using the system, losing small, winning reasonably. Keep it frosty out there. FOMC tomorrow. Get a good night's sleep. Actually, you don't even have to. Sleep in. Don't do anything until 1400. Do not trade the open. Do not trade the middle. Do not listen to me because I have no idea what I'm doing.